Okay guys, it's going to be my overview and first impressions on the BK2. And that's the cat moving the tripod. Stop. So, what do I think? Overall, the construction is really well done. You know, it's a nice quality knife itself. You know, I like the heavy coating on here, and being 1/4 of an inch thick. You know, that's a big slab of solid steel there. That 1095 Crovan is supposed to be some pretty good stuff. I think most of their knives are made with that steel. So yeah, the regular KA-BAR knife is made out of 1095. So hey, why not this one, right? This handle is quite slick, like most people note when they do a review on this knife. So I saw some modifications online in lieu of getting the micarta scales. Some people take a Dremel to them, and I saw one with stippling, and I do have a burner that I can stipple this with. I probably won't do that right now, probably until I get back from going to the river. But that's one thing that'll definitely have to be changed, is either the scales or a modification to it. I see a lot of people take the coating off of this thing, which is really cool, and it looks nice. I'm just worried about rusting. I could force a patina, of course, but I don't know how well that would look. Some people can do a good patina, and some people can't. I've never really tried it, so I don't know. But that may be a solution. This is an ugly duckling, that's for damn sure. This is like, I guess you could say this is like a Glock, you know? It's the ugliest damn thing, but I'm sure it functions perfectly. It's built like a tank. You know it's not going to fail you. I don't ever think I've seen a video where anybody has said that this knife has failed them. You know, tips don't break off, they don't bend, and they keep their edge really well. So yeah, but this thing is ugly, and that was one of the reasons that kept me from getting it for so long. I think I've seen this on YouTube since like 2010 when I first started. You know, people always rave about this knife. You know, it's the one knife that a lot of people get to use out in the woods to do their, you know, odd jobs, like the infamous batoning. You know, I never heard of batoning before I got on YouTube. We always use an axe to split wood, and you know, I've been into the survival and outdoors community for my whole life, hunting, camping, you know, trailblazing, doing all that stuff since I was little, taught by my grandfather and my father, and they never mentioned once to use a knife, use a baton to go through wood to split it. We always took an axe, you know, either a tomahawk or an axe or something like that, or a saw. The thought never even occurred to me to use a knife to split wood until I got on YouTube. So I'm going to try it. You know, I don't like beating the crap out of knives, but I'm going to go ahead and try it. This is so thick that I think this will do well at that. And I would have to caution anybody about doing something like that, that you're putting yourself in a little bit of a danger, a little bit of a risk when you're using a tool like this for something like that it's not really meant to do. Now, I know a lot of these types of knives are being made to actually do that, and that's why they're that thick and they're solid. But you know, I still have a little bit of trepidation about, you know, beating the spine of a perfectly good knife. But anyway, you know, my overview and first thoughts of this thing is this is a tank. I'm kind of have mixed feelings about the way the scales are attached. It looks like high quality, nut and bolt construction. I think they might back out a little bit if you were to be batoning this thing. Sorry, it's not in the screen. But, you know, overall, they look like, you know, it's not going to go anywhere. They are hexagonal. So, you know, with an Allen, I guess it's an Allen wrench. So this is the BK2 from Becker Knife and Tool and KA-BAR. It's made in Olean, New York, USA. It's got some weight to it. This is a really heavy knife. And I thought my Grivory LMF2 was heavy. But this is, the LMF2 actually is really light compared to this knife. So that's kind of a drawback. This is a very heavy knife. But it's a really nice knife. Like I said in the other video, the sheath is crap. The webbing, you know, the webbing right here isn't even. I have other KA-BAR sheaths with nylon webbing, and their webbing is thicker than this. For whatever reason, KA-BAR decided to go with a crap sheath. I don't know what the reasoning behind that is. I don't know. So, as you probably noticed in the first few minutes of the video, I put this extension on here. This is made by, you won't be able to read it obviously, but it's made by Esotech, which is Special Operations Technologies. I got this back in the 90s, and it was for a drop down that I was going to put on my Grivory Mark II, and I never did, and I ended up just putting this in a drawer. But now that I've got this knife, I figured might as well try it out, see how it works. Now this has a little, hopefully you can see that, but it has a little cut right there so that you can slip it onto this nylon. Now the way this nylon is, I'm not sure how well that's going to work. Usually this would fit onto another piece that has a pocket, kind of like this one right here, so that it won't go anywhere. Now it's not going to pull apart. This is really hefty plastic, and I'm putting a lot of force on there, so it's not going anywhere. So that's one thing that's good, and the fact that I can put this on my belt and just take it off as well, so I don't have to take my belt off to put the sheath on and off. And I have my belt in the video, so I can show you just how far down, much more far down it's going to be. So that's another at least 4 inches, if not 5. Well, it's about 4 inches. So that's going to be pretty good. On the bottom here, I'll probably put some 550 cord and wrap this around my leg, so it'll, you know, stay put, so it doesn't go all over the place. I've never really used a dangle sheath before, so that'll be something new. You know, I really like the knife. I'm happy with the purchase. And there's Thomas. So far, you know, I've been playing with it since yesterday. It's a really sharp knife. It's beefy. I would recommend this knife. I mean, it comes highly recommended by so many people on YouTube anyway. So I'm not going to do a real review on this knife. What I'm going to do is when I get out there, sometime tomorrow, I'm going to go out there in the morning, but sometime tomorrow I'll do some testing with this, and I'll show you the tests. I'll be cutting some stuff up, and I'll, you know, share my thoughts on it. But so many people have done that kind of video on this knife that I'm not really going to do a lot. So I'm not really going to do a review on the knife. I'll just probably do some tests and tell you how I think about the knife. So alright, that's the BK2. I still got to get ready to go out. So I'll talk to you guys later.